All right. Today I want to kind of talk about the um, last couple weeks and how the market has been doing and what are some of the plays that I did that I messed up on and some of the lessons I learned so that we can all improve. So let's first talk about the market a little bit. So we can see that the QQQ is pretty much at the bottom, and this is obviously December 2nd, and supposedly we're going to be experiencing some type of Santa rally, which at least right now I feel like it could be happening. Um, as we can see, there's a huge jump on the 10th from 263 all the way up to 282, which is a 7.3% jump, which is a massive. And the reason for that one was obviously the October inflation CPI number came out and it was better than expected. And then obviously it went up a lot. So let's take a closer look at that day right here. So pre-market, crazy uptrend because of the news, and then slight dip down to the VWAP for 15 minutes, and then it went up again. So after opening, it went up 3.19%. So pre-market went up half of the length, and then during the day it kept trading up against this is the neon is let's take a look. The neon is the 21-day moving average. Alright, and then the next day continued to go up. Obviously pre-market there was a little bit of profit taking and then a little choppy and then just another bull day after the massive run. So obviously we could have gotten in here after it hit the VWAP and just ride the waves if you don't want to gamble. Obviously, well, the first lesson is don't gamble. So wait for the news to come out. If it's really good news, most likely it's going to keep going up because the market at that time is already at a very low level, or it's at the low of the market. So when the news came out, it continued to go up for a few days. Even it even hit this is the 100-day moving average. It hit the moving average and then it dropped. Well, there are some news. Well, at first I thought there was gonna they were gonna continue to go up to 300 from then. But then there's the China riot news, and then well, that day I remember we had a freaking Russian missile hitting Poland. Let's see where it was. Where was it? This was the 11:15. Oh, here, 11:15. I was literally thinking that we just keep going up to 300. But then right here, the news hit about the Russian missile hitting Poland, and then we'll have a huge drop right here. And then since then, it's just been going downward, or at least a choppy market. And then we have multiple Feds talking, so just market just up and down. But there was a trend line here, kind of like a descending triangle, which usually is bullish, and it proven to be bullish. And then, well, what happened here? Another big green candle. So this was Jerome Powell's speech saying that they're gonna be slowing down rate hikes. But I mean, it's already known news, but I guess there's so much tension built up here that any good news just rockets the market upward. So let's take a look at 11:30. Another great moment to buy calls or play the market. So this is when the speech happened. Instant jump. 1% jump. Pulled back a little bit. Could have bought something here. I mean, obviously at the time it's hard to from the high to low, it's almost down to 50%. But if you had bought it during this downtime, you could have made another 3% profit. 3.6%. It went up 3.6%. So if you had bought calls, that's another huge profit going up like that. And then after that, we'll have another choppy day after that. Instead of the market keep going up the next day, I think the reason was because 12/2 was non-farm payroll. So this day was just kind of choppy, but lesson learned here was that I did buy some calls because I didn't want to miss out on this rally, but I bought it right there at the top of that day, and then immediately the price dropped. So never buy when the market is going up. Always wait until there's a slight pullback. Like right here, I mean, this market pulled back quite a bit. I mean, if you want to like buy a very small amount just to have a position in it, but this is also like the very beginning of the day. So 7:30 was when the low happened. So 1 hour. So I think if the market is going up, maybe wait an hour. Before you jump in, especially if the first 45 minutes, if it's the first 30 minutes, if it's going up like this, most likely there's gonna be a pullback. So just wait. If you miss it, then you miss it. At least you didn't lose money, you know? Anyways, so that's that day. So, um, so that was the mistake I made. I put a lot of money here, and then when it dropped, I had to buy more in. So my average was around here, which isn't ideal. But I was waiting for, today, which is, I was hoping today the unemployment and the jobless claims can rocket the market even higher, but well, let's see what happened today. So jobless claim come out. It was better than expected. So another huge drop pre-market. But I think because unemployment wasn't the worst, it was in line. So it wasn't like the worst news. So right after we start having a recovery of gap fill. Again, all the way up right away. And then 30 minutes later came that down to VWAP. Let's drop way more than VWAP, but came down to VWAP, and then it kind of just keep going up. So I had to buy a little bit more here, thinking that it's gonna keep going up, which I mean it did, but still it didn't recover. I didn't recover all the losses I made because of I bought it here at the top. So multiple lessons to be learned. Don't gamble. You always get it wrong. And I think afterwards you can see that there's a lot of recovery. And because the data wasn't the worst, I guess, so the market was able to recover. And also here we see that it was above VWAP all day, and then was able to have a little end market rally at the very end. So I was able to recoup most of my losses from this day instead of selling at a loss. So the reason I held was because we were at, well, first of all, we don't have any more bad news coming out or any economic data until the 13th when the CPI come out. So I think the market might be able to rally a little bit more and going above the 100-day average. And this closing above 100-day average instead of dropping all the way down to the this is a 21-day average. I think that's a bullish sign. So we might be able to see some continuing going up until the CPI data, hopefully. At least to 300, I think. It broke the trend line or the descending triangle. And then maybe it'll follow this path here. To 300. And then if the CPI data is good, which I think it will be, I think the market will go up to at least here, 310. If the CPI data is good. Or even here by year end, in a month, if it's good. So a lot of lessons to be learned this time. And hopefully I do better next time.